On this video, I want to share with you a quick story that I just had with a multimillionaire, and I want to explain really the secret that I learned from him, how he shared this with me, on why it's really the secret to making massive amounts of money online. So if you're interested in learning a lesson from a multimillionaire, someone that is actually crushing it online, make sure and stick around all the way to the end of this video. Hey, what's up guys? Nick here. Welcome to today's video. I've got an exciting video for you here today. Probably a little bit different, and really I kind of want to just share it in a story format so that you guys can really understand what goes on behind the hood of someone that is truly successful. As I just mentioned in the intro to this video, I was just having a conversation with a multimillionaire, and I learned something so profound that I've heard it from other different sources, but until I heard it from this particular guy, it didn't fully click. And that's what I wanted to share here on this video. I'm always looking for more powerful content to really share with you guys to help you make more money online, be more happy, more fulfilled, have more prosperity in your life. And I figured I just instinctively learned a lesson right now, and I figured I'd share it with you. So if you guys are down with that, make sure and hit that like button, hit subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and also share this with some friends if you think they can get some value out of this, because this is sincerely profound realization that I just had, and again I want to share with you. And if you have someone that's important in your life, I want you to share it with them as well. Now, on this video that I filmed just the other day, I talked about this whole story about how I got hired onto this new agency and we're really crushing things out, and it's an amazing opportunity, a really cool experience. And I also even shared this post on my Instagram and my Facebook. And the reason I wanted to mention that is because this agency, they just do things right. They're very successful. They know what the heck they're doing. And they sent me a bottle of champagne as a welcoming gift, knowing that the type of value that I'm gonna bring. So it just really showed me how powerful that this agency is, knows what they're doing. They treat people the right way. And on top of all of that, I wanted to share this story again and where this comes from and why was I even talking with this guy. Well, basically, it was one of our clients at this agency, and the clients, it's really cool to start working with some people that, it's not even just like people, it's major operations that have huge teams that know what they're doing. And I was talking with one of the head honchos at one of these, of one of our clients. And so I had the opportunity to talk with him, and he was just checking in with me. We're about to launch some campaigns for YouTube ads. And so we started talking about some tracking issues and just different things before we were really ready to get going. But then we just started talking about marketing in general, and we started talking about some offers and different things that potentially we could do. And so he was asking me some questions about what's working right now. I was asking him questions on what he thinks we should do. And so we had a long, detailed conversation about what's going to be the next move, because right now we're running this offer. It's a webinar offer. It's converting really well on Facebook, and we're transitioning it over to YouTube so we can add more revenue. And so that's great and all, and we're definitely going to crush it. We're starting this campaign. We're spending a good chunk of change on this campaign first month just to kind of test and see where we're at and see how much revenue we can drive with this particular offer. But what I really got from this guy, and I really was not expecting, because I thought it was just kind of a like hello call, talk and just understand each other and just get to know each other. But he started asking me all these questions like, how can we make even more money? And that was the question that he asked me early on in the conversation. He said, how can I help you make more money? In turn, meaning how can we put together an offer, how I can run the offer, and in turn everyone wins all around. So I thought that was a really cool question, and then we started talking more about it, and I was really giving him my insight, and he liked a lot of the insight that I was giving him, saying, hey, I think this is an offer we could run, this, and this. And then he was giving me his insight. He's like, yeah, I could do this, and this. And then ultimately, by the end of the conversation, we had a game plan and a strategy for what we were gonna do. And he's gonna put together this offer in the next couple weeks, and then we're gonna launch it and see what we can do. And really, this is what I want to instill in you and help you understand is really the secret behind success, and really the secret behind making a lot of money. And that is this whole idea of that money loves speed. I'm gonna say it again, money loves speed. And what I mean by that is that so many people, and even if you are a newbie, I completely get where you're coming from, but so many people think they have to have the right pieces in place. They have to work so hard. They have to do all this type of thing, and they have to set up, and they have to plan, and they have to, go through all these courses and stuff like that. When we literally had a conversation, in a matter of 20, 30 minutes, we had an offer. We knew exactly what we wanted to do, and then we were gonna launch this. And he says he's gonna have this offer ready to go in a couple weeks, and then we're gonna be able to launch it and start it up. And so the thing I wanna share with you, no matter if you're a newbie or you're a veteran or anywhere in between, I want to help you understand and realize that money loves speed. And the quicker that you can act, the quicker that you can take action, the quicker that you can actually produce, the quicker that you are going to make money. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have all these resources and you have to have $10,000 to put into an offer and you have to hire all these type of people and stuff like that. Because the reason that I share that with you is because this guy, even though he's very wealthy, he's very successful, basically on the call what we were having, he was next to a couple of his team members and saying, hey, can we get this person to film this course? Hey, can we get this person to integrate this? Hey, can we do this? And then he's also talking about how we're actually not gonna launch this and do paid ads just yet. When we first get the offer out, he's gonna talk to one of his friends that can launch it to his list and see how it performs. And so the other thing that I really wanted to share with you here on this video, in addition to the fact that money loves speed, is to get resourceful. Again, when people start out, they're thinking that I need to have this, I need to have all this money, I need to work hard, I need all this. But in reality is that if you were just to get resourceful, you could make things happen so much quicker. And the reason I share that is because that's exactly what this guy was doing. He wasn't like, all right, I have this idea, now I'm gonna go film all the videos, now I'm gonna go run ads, and now I'm gonna do this, now it wasn't like that. He's like, I'm gonna get resourceful and see how we can get this cranked out the quickest way possible. And he's talking with one of his team members saying, hey, can we get this person to film the course? Hey, can we get this person to do this? Can we get this person to do this? Now, obviously he has some resources available, but it really comes down to this fact, and I've shared this concept in the past here on this YouTube channel. If you don't have the means to get started with something, maybe you don't have the money to join a program or buy this product, what do most people do? They just say, oh, I don't have the money to do that. I can't do that. But the smart people say, how can I do that? How can I find the right person to help me get there? And I guarantee that's exactly what this guy has been saying to himself for years, maybe even decades. Saying, maybe I don't have the resources, maybe I don't know exactly what to do, but how can I get this moving? How can we make this happen? How can we make this possible? And because he's taken that approach his entire life, he's on that same wavelength of, hey, how can we make this happen? How can we get this out the quickest way possible? Most people, when we would have it, let's just draw back to this conversation, and most people would not have the same level of conversation, and most importantly is most people would not take action and already put a plan of action in place right away. They just simply wouldn't. They'd be like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And then they'd go on to the next conversation. Oh yeah, we should probably do that. But again, it always comes down to money loves speed. So how quickly can you get an offer out to the market? How quickly can you go test it? How quickly can you start running paid ads? How quickly can you start seeing some sales? Because the reality is that a lot of people will say, oh, I want to make all this money, but they just don't take the action to do it. And that's the biggest differentiator from people that are ultra successful and the people that are not successful. The smart, successful entrepreneurs are the people that actually take action on stuff. They have great ideas, but they actually go out there and implement it. And then on top of that, they get resourceful and say, hey, how can we get this person to help us? This person, this person, this person. He's not even gonna spend any money on ads before he knows that it's profitable. He's gonna just talk to his friend, have him mail out to his list, and then obviously he's gonna pay that person a percentage of that. So think about it from your perspective. If you have a great idea and you're like, oh, that would be amazing. Okay, let's put it in action. And then if you want to get it out to more people, let's say just theoretically you decided, hey, I have this great idea for this product and I'm going to put together this webinar. I'm going to get someone to craft all the slides for the webinar, and then I'm going to film it, and then the product will be someone else that I'll have get filmed, and then I'll also get in touch with this person that will send the traffic to the webinar, and you're giving every single person a piece of the pie instead of you doing everything. If you were to do everything, yes, you would keep all of the money, but it would take you probably 5-10 times as long. If you just had an expert in this section, you hire them. If you have a person, an expert in this position, and you don't necessarily have to pay people up front. You can pay people with the commissions. You just have to get them on board with exactly what your vision is. And that's why it's so important with vision. And we talk about that all the time here on this YouTube channel. So again, it's all about getting resourceful. It's all about getting quick with what you're doing and just, taking action. Don't be that person that sits back and say, oh, that would be a good idea. Oh, one day I'll do that. Oh, if I just had the resources, if I had the money, if I knew the person. Figure it out. Figure out how to get in touch with the right people. Network, talk with people, network on social media, network in person. Like, just take action. I really want to preface this and help you guys understand that most people are not doing this. But if you just put in a little extra work, you get in touch with the right types of people. Then you start having people in your corner that want to go to bat for you. It's kind of a beautiful thing. But you won't get there by just sitting back and say, hey, that's a great idea, but I can't. That's a great idea, but I can't. That's a great idea, but I can't. You say, hey, that's an incredible idea. Let's test it out. Let's figure out a way how to do it. Now, I'm not saying, again, this is easy by any means. And in the beginning, it can be a little bit more work. But once you start really connecting with people and networking and having people in your corner and putting together good ideas and surrounding yourself with the right types of people, that's when you start winning. I'm reading a book right now called Willpower Won't Work, and it's all about your environment. So what kind of environment are you putting yourself in? Are you learning from the right people? Are you watching the people that are doing big things? Are you watching their YouTube videos? Are you watching their webinars? Are you watching their training programs? Are you putting your mind in that type of environment? And then even further, are you connecting and networking with people that have the same vision as you, that potentially could be business partners or JV partners or affiliate partners or something of that matter? Are you doing that? It's time to ask yourself that big question, is if you really want this, prove it to yourself. Prove it to the loved ones around you. But most importantly, prove it to yourself and know that you can do it. It takes a little bit of work, but eventually it's gonna happen. And the more people that you surround yourself with, good people that have the same vision and know that they can do it too, it's just a beautiful thing when you guys really start tackling it together. So it's all about getting resourceful, and it's all about taking quick action, because I guarantee in a matter of a couple weeks, I'm gonna get back on a call with this guy. He's gonna have the offer in place. It's gonna converting. We already got sales. Now we're gonna jump into paid ads on it, and we're gonna scale it up to probably millions of dollars. If I'm really being honest, that's probably what's gonna come down to. So probably at least in less than a year from now, we will make that offer over $1 million. I strongly believe that. So that's the power of speed. That's the power of being resourceful, and that's how you really make money. That's the secret to making money online. Everyone wants to know that little hack. That's the little hack, but that little hack actually is a good amount of work, and it's getting around the right types of people, networking, being quick with your actions. So I wanted to share that quick little story with you. Hopefully that gave you some insane amount of value, and you can share this with some friends that can get some value out of it as well. Now, if you're interested in learning more about all this type of stuff, make sure and subscribe to the channel, as we talk a lot about just success, high performance, how to live a more prosperous, abundant, fulfilled life that you can be proud of and really enjoy, and have that first class freedom that you're always after. All right, guys, thank you for watching this video. Appreciate your time, and we'll see you on the next video.